Hello, everyone, and I hope you're having a blessed day. Today, we're covering Chapter 3, The Science to Getting Rich, to help you get past those limiting beliefs. So, we're going to investigate this question: is opportunity monopolized? Okay, we need to change our stinking thinking. Once our mind is changed and expanded, it can never go back to its original place. And that's why we're here. And what do I mean by changing that stinking thinking? Here are some of the thoughts that we think all the time, but sometimes we just don't realize it. For instance, oh, I don't have a shot at that, or I don't have a shot at that job. I'm not good enough. I'm not, I don't know everything, or all the money in the world is gone. All the millionaires are monopolizing all the wealth and they put a fence up so nobody else can touch the money. You know, there's not enough money to go around. All the opportunities in the company I'm in right now are gone. It could be money, health, relationships. Think about your thoughts and the things that you think, guys. You're basically convincing yourself about lie. You're lying to yourself. At the end of the day, you're lying to yourself, okay? And I'm going to help you in the series get past that. And these are one of the limiting beliefs. We don't think there's enough, that maybe we're not valued ourselves enough. For instance, maybe we don't believe that our life was meant to be rich, and that's not for me. And that's a problem, okay? That is 100% a problem. So people think sometimes, oh, if I just had resources, okay? Forget the resources, okay? You can go on Google and get whatever resources you want. Stop looking for resources and become creative and resourceful, and things will start changing. Okay, I'm going to take you back a little bit in history, and hopefully I can expand your mind. I'm going to go all the way back to when this book was published in 1910. It was the railroads, okay? And, it was like the big thing, and it was like the big job. They had so many people working at the railroads, and all of a sudden, there was like 100, 200, I don't know, 300 people without a job, let's say, okay? And they just thought, well, the railroad, all the jobs are taken up at the railroad. Poor me, I'm just going to be poor, and I'm just going to, not do anything about it, right? Instead, you have to be thinking, wow, this is great. If railroads are being, created now, I wonder what's going to come next to create some jobs. And then all of a sudden, the universe starts turning, and bam, a company comes, right? And the company decides they're going to hire 100 more people to do something else. But most people will think, but there's still 200 people left without a job. But you got to think, well, there was no job before this company, and there was 300 people. Now this job came, and now, bam, 100 more people got a job. You have to think in your mind, well, what if more things come? Okay? And then another company comes and hire another one. That's how you have to think. Instead of thinking, oh, all the jobs are taking, it's over. Oh, there's no more promotions in my job. It's over. No, you have to be thinking, wow, if they just hired someone for this job, they're going to hire more in the future. And this is how you have to train yourself to be. One of the key things that my mentors, taught me is you always got to watch for a trend. It's all about the trends, and going all the way back to 1910, okay? People that capitalize on trends, it's like they get on an 80-mile-an-hour freight train, and it doesn't matter if you don't know what the hell you're doing. You just need to catch that freight train, and it will just take off, and boom, life changes right before your eyes, okay? You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be good looking. You don't have to have talent, and you don't have to have money, okay? You just need to find that trend and get on it and go with it, all right? My mentor, guys, he sold back in the 28 years ago, water filtration systems. Okay? I know it sounds crazy, but people still today are buying them. And here's why. Because of the beautiful thing we call the internet. And you can get information at your fingertips now, and more people are becoming aware of things. They're learning more about things that back then we didn't know. So it's never going to end. Okay? So we just talked about the railroad industry. That was a trend. After the railroad, guess what came along? The steel industry. And guess who came out of that steel industry, guys? Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie. This was like 30 years ago. Okay, so and Andrew Carnegie, they even say today he would be still the richest man in the world. He's been dead for a very long time. Okay, after the steel, then comes the manufacturing, and this is where Bill Gates came out. Okay, and that's 20 years ago. And guess what age we are in now, guys? We're in the digital age, the technology information age, okay? You can get on YouTube right now or Facebook Live and you can send out a message to millions of people like that by click of a button, go live. Crazy, okay? So, and let's just start, like, we can even give you more examples like transportation, okay? Back in the day, you were on the horse and buggy, right? The horses were transporting you. Then came the first car, right? After the first car, then came airplanes. Wow, we can now we can get overland, right? Just think about that. Jets. We can even go to the moon now. Like, just think. The point is a trend, a trend, a trend, a trend. Have you jumped in front of any of them? 9 times out of 10, no. Opportunity could be right here in front of your face and you're never going to see it because of your stinking thinking. Okay? You have to be aware that opportunity is going to come. And when it comes, you hop on it and you take that 80-mile-an-hour freight train. If you're looking for a freight train and you don't know, reach out to me. I will tell you the freight train that I'm on, and I will tell you the trend happening right now in the world, okay? It's pretty simple. You got to find someone to become resourceful, all right? At the end of the day, trends are going to happen with or without you. Do you want to get in front of the train and make money, or do you want to watch it pass by again and sit in poverty? You really got to think about this. Find your trend. Find your passion. Look what others are doing. People that are successful, figure out what they're doing and figure out if it's the trend, okay? And you just do it in a certain way. You follow that person. You do it the way they're doing it. It's really, really that simple. It's so funny because we're in the technology world and we have information at our fingertips. And people are just full of information, but lack of wisdom. Why? Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. They're distracted. Okay, they have all these ideas and all these visions and all these passions, but they don't have a plan. That's why it's important to find a trend, find someone who's successful in it, and do it in a certain way. It is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so is opportunity monopolized? Negative. I repeat, negative. Find the trend, and the next trend's going to come, and the next trend. So my advice to you guys, find a trend and get on that freight train today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a blessed night, and I'll see you guys soon.